What is up, everyone? It is Tuesday. We are 2 days away from the start of the NFL season. I don't think I've ever been this excited for an NFL season to kick off, which is crazy because I'm just getting older. So, am I getting more childish? I don't understand because my love for football and sports is higher than it's ever been. Anyway, today we're going to play a little game. What is success for all 32 NFL teams? I'm going to go through each and every team and figure out what will I call a successful season for these teams. And you can comment whether you agree or disagree with me. Let me know what y'all think, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, we begin in the AFC. Let's go through the AFC teams. Miami, what is a successful season for the Miami Dolphins? And my first thought off the top of my head was playoffs. But this team has had the same coaching staff, same quarterback, same Tyreek Hill for a couple of years now. They've made the playoffs. So I almost feel like for success for them, it can't be a one and done, right? So they kind of need to have high expectations. Like they might be, a lot of people there might be on the hot seat. So I want to put playoffs because I don't expect much from them. Buffalo's in the division. So I feel like, so I want to put like divisional round. That would be a success for the Miami Dolphins. Let's write this in red. Divisional round. Divisional. England Patriots. What is success for the New England Patriots? That one's pretty easy in my opinion. It's playoffs. They make the playoffs with Drake May. That means he had a pretty good season. So that one, not too difficult. Playoffs. Buffalo Bills Super Bowl, right? It's got to be. Like, if they get to the divisional round and lose, it's not a successful season. It's got to be at least a Super Bowl appearance. Let's do that. So, Super Bowl appearance. New York Jets. It's got to be playoffs, right? That's a successful season for the Jets. Playoffs. Justin Fields, come on now. I mean, playoffs. All right, here we go. We're keeping it going. The Baltimore Ravens, I think also Super Bowl appearance. I mean, divisional round, they've been there and keep losing conference championship. I mean, I think it's got to be a Super Bowl appearance. Otherwise, it's not a success. So, Super Bowl appearance, in my opinion. Cleveland Browns. Definitely playoffs would be successful, but that would be even exceeding expectations. I'm just going to put 500. If they are 500, or I guess they play 17 games, so you can't really be 500. 9 wins. I'll put 500, but y'all know what I mean. 9 wins would be a successful season for the Cleveland Browns, even if they miss the playoffs. So I'll put 9 wins. 9 wins. Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if they make the playoffs, that's great, but I feel like they have to do better than that because they've been making the playoffs with like Kenny Pickett. So for the Steelers, I'll say divisional round is a success. Maybe conference game, title game, conference title game. Whew, that one's going to be tough for the Steelers. Title game would be successful season. Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, if you're asking them or if you're asking me, I think a playoffs is a successful season for this team with that atrocious defense that they're going to have because defense wins championships. But the consensus should be title game. Title game is a successful season for the Bengals. Let's do that. Title game. All right, moving on. Tennessee Titans playoffs. Or 9 wins, because even if they get 9 wins but don't get into the playoffs, that means Cam Ward was solid. So 9 wins. So 9 wins is a successful season for the Tennessee Titans. Houston Texans, I mean, they made the divisional round last year, so they got to be title game for them. Title game. Colts, they made the playoffs. I think a divisional round for them is a successful season. So divisional round. Jacksonville Jaguars, 9 wins, right? If they get to 9 wins, I mean, 7 wins, is that a successful season? Kinda, right? No. I'm tripping. 9 wins because they have Trevor Lawrence. No, that's not true either. They've been close. They need to make the playoffs. Playoffs. I guess they got a new coach, but we'll go playoffs because Trevor Lawrence got something to prove this year. Broncos, divisional round. I'll say divisional round. Playoffs is nice, but I think they got greater expectations over there. So divisional is a successful season with Bo Nix. Chargers, if they make the playoffs as a successful season, not really, right? It's like, all right, that was good, but not successful like that. Divisional round as well. Let's do that. All right, second round of the playoffs. Las Vegas Raiders. I think if they make the playoffs, that's a successful season. If they go 9-8, it's not really successful. I feel like it's like, all right, that was nice. Or 10-7 and miss the playoffs. Like, not playoffs. Yeah, playoffs. All right, Chiefs. It's got to be Super Bowl. And they got to win it, right? So Super Bowl for the Chiefs. That's a successful season for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Super Bowl appearance that ends in a loss for the Chiefs is no more a successful season. New York Football Giants, the G-men. We're going to give them 9 wins because I think 9 wins, if Jackson Dart balls out and they miss the playoffs barely, that's a successful season. So 9 wins for the Giants. Eagles, Super Bowl win. That's it. Nothing more. Super Bowl. Dallas, well, depends who you ask. If you ask me, I mean, 9 wins would be a success because I don't think this team is that good. But for them, I feel like they have expectations of like a conference title game. We'll meet in the middle. Divisional round for the Cowboys. That means they get a playoff win well, it depends how they get to the divisional round because if they end up winning the NFC and get an automatic bye and then lose in the divisional round, that is not a success. So it depends. But divisional round, assuming they are not the 1 seed in the NFC. Washington, well, it's tricky. They made the divisional round last year. So you would think conference title game, right? What kind of let's be realistic. If they get to the divisional round again, I think that's a success for the Commanders. Divisional round. All right, moving on. Chicago Bears. Oof, that's tough because they're in a very tough division. 9 wins. Do they feel good? Probably, right? Oh, I don't know. Let's go playoffs. I think they got to make the playoffs to feel good. Playoffs. Green Bay Packers. I will say for them, title game is like NFC title game. So title game for the Packers is a successful season. Even though for them, they added pressure on themselves now because they went all in. They have gone all in now. Minnesota Vikings. I would say divisional round is a successful season. Because even if you make the playoffs with J.J. McCarthy, but you lose in that first round, that is great because that means the quarterback was good, but then pressure is going to be on Kevin O'Connell, having been a coach for 4 years and having at that point would have had 3 playoff appearances and no wins in the playoffs. So you can't view that as a success technically, right? So it's got to be divisional round. So divisional round. And the Detroit Lions, it's got to be title game. I mean, divisional round and out, you start feeling like, all right, this team, like, disappointed in the playoffs last year. This year, they don't have, like, a young quarterback. So, for them, it's got to be the title game as well. So, title game for Detroit. All right, Tampa Bay. I would say, I want to say divisional round, but I think they have greater expectations. They're an older team. Title game for Tampa Bay. The Saints, 2 wins. No, but realistically, I think if they get to, this is going to be the lowest number here. We've said 9 wins several times. I'm going to go 7 wins for let's go 8 wins. 8 wins for New Orleans. If they get to 8 wins, that's a successful season. They don't have much going on. But really, it's not even a successful season because then you didn't do well in the draft probably. You're going to be like the 7th or 10th pick. So we'll put 8 wins for a successful season, but that won't be good for the franchise. Let's put it that way. Carolina. I think for them, I think they want to make the playoffs, but I also think they need to be realistic. Let's go playoffs for them, but they could sneak into the playoffs. That would be a successful season. If they fall short, it will be a nice story, but not a successful season. The Falcons, I want to say playoffs is a success for them, but let's go divisional round because I do think that they have higher expectations. No, you know what? Yeah, same as Minnesota. They have a rookie quarterback. they kind of need to, see something. And even if they make the playoffs, and I guess you can find your guy in Michael Penix, but then that means your coach, you know what? I'm scratching that. Playoffs for Atlanta, because Raheem Morris, they missed the playoffs last year. So playoffs for Atlanta would be success. The Rams, Super Bowl appearance. So I'm going Super Bowl appearance for the Rams. That would be a successful season. But they are an older, they have experience, but I don't know. Maybe it is Super Bowl win would be a success. Otherwise, let's be realistic. Super Bowl appearance. 49ers. Well, if you ask 49ers fans, they probably think a Super Bowl win, but I don't think they're going to be that great. So I think a title game would be a successful season. And Brock Purdy's not that old, and you can start building around him. Shanahan should be safe. Let's put title game. I think people would be surprised. People do have high expectations on the Niners. I don't know. If you disagree, let me know. Arizona playoffs. If they make the playoffs, that's a success, right? Kyler Murray and them getting the playoffs. They haven't been there for a couple of years. That'd be great. Seattle, I think they could shoot for playoffs, and I think they'd feel pretty good if they made the playoffs. Yeah, playoff sounds right for the Seahawks. Do we have that high expectations? If they make the playoffs and then they end up losing to the 1 seed Rams or something, or Detroit or Green Bay, I think they'll be fine. So playoffs. All right, there you have it. So based on this, there are 3 teams. No, just 2 teams that is Super Bowl win or bust. It's Kansas City and Philadelphia. And let's see my Super Bowl appearance rectangle. What teams do we have here? So we had the Rams, Bucks. Oh, no, that's title game. So Rams, Super Bowl, Philly, KC, and Buffalo, and Baltimore. That seems about right. And Baltimore. Yeah, those 5 teams should be reaching for holding the Lombardi. And if they don't, it's kind of a disappointing season, I feel like, right? There you go. That is success for all of these teams. Let me know what you guys think. Comment. This is kind of fun. Hopefully you guys can see that. And hopefully you followed along. That's what I think. And yeah, hopefully you guys agree. But if you disagree, let me know. We'll go back and forth. And you can make your case for why you disagree with me. I'll be back soon. Got to make some game picks. 2 more days till the NFL kicks off. Cannot wait. Talk to you guys soon.